Yo, good morning, everybody. It's today's April 28th, 2019, and let's get going with this weekly charting video. I'm super excited about it. About to go see Endgame, so I got the shirt on, but man, finally some stuff's happening in the market. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with y'all, and I couldn't be more excited, so I've been talking about volatility picking up, things turning around, the dollar being like the pin in the grenade. And, all that stuff pretty much came to pass last week. We had a huge turnaround in oil, which is amazing and should be pretty profitable for us, hopefully. So I'm sorry if the lighting's a little weird in here, trying to get it worked out. But we'll pay more attention to the charts than lights. But so yeah, anyways, thanks for hopping on. If this is the first time that you've seen me, I appreciate you. We have an amazing community of traders that I'm proud to be a part of. I started it, right? But it's definitely taken on its own vibe and personality. And I've created a training program which lays out my trading strategies that I use week after week after week after week. And I've become quite profitable doing so. And I really tried to lay that out as simply as I possibly can. This is what I do. Trading is a full-time job for me. I manage accounts and I mentor people and teach them the same strategies that I use in my own trading. So it's an amazing community, and we have a VIP group, which is amazing, and it's a super positive place for you to learn how to trade from. There's no ego in there. Everybody's trying to help everybody else. Everybody's at different levels. So I'm super proud of it. Today is the last day you can be a part of that group at a $300 discount. So pretty amazing deal. And then the price goes up to $6.99, and it's worth every penny of that and more. This can and will change your life. I mean, it's 100% changed mine. And I don't know what else I would be doing, or if I could do anything else after learning these skills, So that's what I want to pass along to you. That includes my full training program, Ronin 2.0, Ronin Academy 2.0, and my old one too. So you get all my old strategies plus the new ones that I've acquired. And that also gives you lifetime access to my signals, which are meant to be used in conjunction with the training. So it's not, I've never been like, take my signals and get rich, right? That's not how it works. The way it works is you take the trade setups and you look at them and you put them up against my analysis, put them up against what you learn in the training, be like, oh wait, there's a trend line break there. What is it he's seeing in the market? And then you can match it up against your own analysis, and it gives you a lot better odds of picking some winning trades. So and then also the VIP community aspect of it, it gives you lifetime access to all those things. So and then signal access is $79 a month. So but if you want this is all about learning how to do it. You have to learn the skill of trading if you want to change your life trading. You have to learn it. So that being said, yeah, let's get into the charts now. So first of all, I have oil pulled up here. This is a big story of the week, I think. I mean, we've been waiting on it forever, but here we are. We have what looks to be a pretty confirmed reversal here. And let's take a look at these candles on the daily. I mean, that looks pretty bearish. And if you've seen my on the weekly, this weekly candle that looks like a reversal right there, big time. And so if you follow my videos, I think it was on Thursday, I talked about we hadn't yet broken down yet. And I talked about if we break inside, this is called a throw over, right? So it's basically when we break, instead of breaking down an ascending wedge, you break to the upside of it and work your way along the top side of this trend line. That's a throwover line. And we have broken back down inside of this. And this is what I was talking about on Thursday. This is a big bearish development. And if we can stay within this level of resistance, we could have some serious downside. So we have multiple targets. We can fan out our trend lines here. This is a great example. I teach this in the course as well. And we can find multiple places where we can get our entries and where we can get our take profit points. And you can see we've broken down here. Like, what I'm going to be looking for is, I'd love to get a rally back up here and then putting in some more sell positions. And that's kind of my game plan. If this is an all-out full reversal, and we can tell, I mean, by this weekly candle, we get another super bearish candle like that on a weekly chart, that's pretty much a breakdown. And while I'm looking at it too, you know, you can do technical analysis on indicators as well. And this looks like it's broken down. Obviously, that's broken out of this little uptrend. And I'd put this on that Friday video, and we broken down from there too. So pull back, selling our rallies. You know, I'd go over this in the training course big time. We want to sell rallies and buy dips. And in this case, in this scenario, we definitely want to sell the rally. So how can we trade that in correlation to FX? Well, I'm going to be looking at the Canadian dollar. So not always, but there's a huge correlation between crude oil market and Canadian dollar, as crude is one of Canada's largest exports. The price of crude goes down, the Canadian dollar is going to weaken. So what's going to be a good candidate for that? Well, I think CAD JPY for sure. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Yeah, I'm excited about Endgame, man. Today's going to be epic. Endgame. And then Game of Thrones tonight. Finally, some shit's going to break loose on Game of Thrones. They've been just teasing it. Okay, so we have multiple breakdown points on CJ. We get a nice little downtrend here. We're in signals trades in my VIP group, and I sent one out to the free group. If you're not in any of my groups, click on the links below and you can get free access if you just want to check us out too. So here we're in a nice downtrend. We're on a daily chart here. I mean, we could go back and really dissect the degree of kind of the bearishness in CJ. And to me, it looks good to go. What do we got there? Everybody that's in my group and it's going through my training is probably like, hopefully like X marks the spot. I mean, look at that rejection there. It's beautiful. And then we have multiple breakdown points along the way. This is that little flash crash, I believe. I think this is makes a better breakdown. And that's on a daily, so let's go to the 4 hour. I'm going to pause this and send this to my VIP group. All right, so we got CJ there. Let's take a look at dollar CAD. But first, before we go dollar CAD, let's take a look at the dollar index. So this is the other big story. We really are trying to break out of this wedge here. And this is at a make or break point, 100%. 100%. So basically, we're in a bullish pennant here. And you know what? We can only retest the top side so many times. The other side of that coin is we can only retest the downside so many times. But with those huge GDP numbers that came out Friday, I think the risk is we're breaking higher for the dollar. So what does that mean? I mean, what kind of levels are we looking at? Well, you know, I have 99.5 as kind of a logical one, more long term if we completely break out of this pattern here. And you know, if we take a closer look, we kind of already have. You know, on this 4 hour, it looks like we've broken out and we retested. So we could be getting into some dollar strength or like right off the bat, start the week. I'd like to see some dollar weakness though, that would put us in a position to buy dollars. So using dollar CAD as a great example here. This is, you know, huge mega rally. What I would love, and I really doubt this is going to happen to this degree. Well, maybe actually. I'd love to get a retest of this trend line. And I think if that happens and we respect it, it would be a great place to get more aggressively long here. Gonna pause for a second. All right, so it's super important to really become aware of the correlating markets, like between commodities, gold, oil, silver, and equity markets such as the S&P 500, NASDAQ, which they keep grinding higher, but man, it's like how much longer will it go? And we're at all-time highs here. We are at all-time highs in the S&P 500. And we haven't quite crescented this overbought territory, but it looks like, I mean, the string's falling off. Maybe, I'm not going to say one way or the other, honestly, at this point, because this market just won't stop. But I mean, it's going to happen, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later. And you know what? If the trade deal with China breaks down, if for some reason, say Trump puts his foot in his mouth, and the trade negotiation goes sour, this thing is going to just tumble and crash. But the thing is, he doesn't want that to happen because these trade talks are boosting. The only thing it's really, there's a lot of different factors, but the big thing that's driving this is, in my opinion, they're trying to keep pumping this market up, the powers that be, in order to put themselves in a good place for the upcoming re-election in 2020. Because, you know, Trump loves to talk about how good the stock market is doing. And of course, all his homies on Wall Street are there as well. So, but really, I like looking at the oil crosses, and I think that's going to be the best play. Dollar Swiss, we're still looking for a turnaround here. And I think this could be the catalyst that maybe we had a false breakout here. Now, I went over this in the video on Thursday or Friday, Thursday, because look how we're still just hanging out in this overbought territory on the daily RSI. And, you know, just like I did in oil, if we start to use some technical analysis on these indicators, could be some potential, you know, maybe this has worked off the overbought conditions a little bit, but the thing is, we're still up here on the daily chart. So say the S&P does turn around finally. Once that happens, man, the risk off sentiment is going to be through the roof. And I think it's good I think we can take a great look at Euro Swiss as a precursor to what's already happening in the dollar. And I think this complete false breakout and breakdown. So that means we got some more downside, big time, for Euro Swiss. I think it looks like a great setup to sell rallies. So we want to wait for a bounce here, and then we want to get back on it. And that's definitely going to be one of my game plans for this week. Pound dollar, I mean, I'm just really trying to stay away from the pound here. This looks like it could have some potential. Now, say the dollar does break down. Oh, this looks like it inverted head and shoulders big time right here. So that might be something to pay attention to, actually. The thing is, with all the Brexit news, there's much better setups in the market than trading the pound, and I'm really not even trying to go there. So I think so. Good luck if you are. I don't know. I would stay away from it. Dollar yen, I think looks like a great setup. Too short. Now, because even after that crazy dollar rally, like if you look at the breakdown on euro, huge breakdown. It'd be nice to get this. This would be another one. It'd be nice to get a position in somewhere and put ourselves in a better position to sell this rally. I think maybe coming off this little downtrend line, this little confluence here, will be a very good play. So if you want these charts too, I share a few of them on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, but all of them go to my VIP signal channel. And that's what I'm sharing is my analysis. And hopefully people can take it and match it up to their own charts and help them with their own technicals. But lastly, let's get back to dollar yen because I think this looks like a great play. So we're looking at oil, we're looking at CAD pairs, we're looking at a play on the dollar. Like we want some dollar weakness. This is my game plan, some dollar weakness, and then put us into a position to where we can start buying dollars. Especially if the dollar index makes another crack at the dollar index and finally breaks that level. So we have some good levels here on dollar yen shaping up. And so when I'm doing my technicals, I like to, as you can see here, I like to section everything off, man. It makes it way easier to manage. And, manageability is the key. You don't want to get too crazy. Sometimes you see people's charts and there's just like, there's a lot going on. So you can see how we're at a bit of a confluence here. We break below this level, though, we could get some serious downside. I'm going to move that. It's a little confusing, but it's good to know that it's there. And so I'm all about us finding targets. Finding our target. What's the target? And see how well we can deconstruct this now. So we are at a huge confluence here. Look, because we could do another I mean, this thing's kind of boxed in on support and resistance areas, but this is good because only so much pressure. Can only take so much pressure before it goes. You know what I'm saying? So but lastly, what I'll do is I'll put, of course, Fibonacci here. Now we really have some good targets. If we can make a move down to this 38.2, I think that would be huge. Should be about 109. So even if the dollar rallies, or 110, even if the dollar rallies, I think because it's rallied all across the board except with UJ, right? Dollar Swiss, Euro dollar, pound dollar, all broke down. UJ stayed. UJ didn't go up to 114. It looked like it might, but it was a bit of a fake out. So that is a good indicator that, you know, out of all those pairs, if we're going to short the dollar, shorting dollar yen, it's going to be a good play. So we have a bunch of good setups. Let's hope this volatility stays, because that's going to be huge for us. And it just creates so many more opportunities, a lot more fun trading. It's easier to bank some profits, and you know, it's the market's a little more forgiving as well. So so it makes my job much easier. And you know, especially for you guys and girls that are learning, it it's hard to learn when, you know, the market only moves 30 pips a day and it's out of some super low volatility move. It's much better if we get a big trending move and a big kind of reversal across the board that shakes the market, like oil. And so the way that's affecting CAD dollar index breaking out. So these are some things that I am going to be looking for next week, and I'm super excited about. So let's have an awesome week. If you like this video, if you like me giving you kind of free updates about the markets, please hit the thumbs up button. And I'm sending this out to last one to my VIPs. And yeah, I really appreciate you. So please like, comment. I'll look at all the comments, and I'll get back to you, and share the video. And if you like what you see, if you're tired of just looking around, going from one signal group to one signal group and trying to find somebody who's legit, you don't have to look any further. I mean, I do this for real. I'm not just like most of the people out there that are trying to get an affiliate commission by getting you to sign up their broker. You know, we have an awesome community of traders here, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm super proud of it. And I hope to see you in there. So I'm gonna go watch Endgame and fan out and nerd out, and then we're gonna crush the markets this week. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the chat rooms. Adios.